We'll be delving deeper into all of those aspects, but first, some breaking developments coming in right at the top of the hour. Jyotiraditya Scindia loses from Guna MP by over 1 lakh votes. The BJP's KP Yadav winning that crucial seat. Guna has been a Scindia family bastion. Scindia has been winning Guna for the past 3 terms. It's a huge setback coming in for Jyotiraditya Scindia. BJP's KP Yadav of winning Guna. Let's get in a quick reaction from Andrew Whitehead on that.
Scindia losing in Madhya Pradesh and one of the rising stars of the party, given a special responsibility for Western Uttar Pradesh. It means it's not just the old-timers, it's the new generation within Congress which is going to be out of the new Lok Sabha, and it just intensifies the Congress's problem. They're going to have very few potential leaders in the new Lok Sabha.
Right. Arun, is that part of the problem for the Congress party? You know, this reliance on words like tradition, bastion, strongholds, family, dynasty. Amethi is going the wrong way for them already. This is a huge loss for the Congress.
I think, you know, the way Congress bastions are crumbling, it has to do more with the fact that they are not able to connect with the what you call the millennials or the younger generation. That is because seats like Guna and Amethi, the older generations, they have been loyally voting for Congress. Their loyalty is intact. But I think this demographic change with the younger India coming in, that is what is happening. They're not able to connect with them. So this is what has happened in Guna. And this despite the fact that this is the seat where BJP has lost very badly in the assembly polls in Madhya Pradesh, just 3-4 months back. And now, and it reminds me of, you know, it's kind of a 360-degree thing. It's coming like full circle. In 1984, Atal Bihari Vajpayee had lost from Gwalior, and BJP was decimated to 2 seats in the Lok Sabha. I think it's a similar kind of a thing, though not exactly this thing, but it's a tectonic shift. And at that time, the BJP had the courage to change the leadership of the party.
Right.
Also, an interesting thing is that when in 1980 the BJP was formed, they took up Gandhian socialism as their official ideology. But after 1984, when this thing happened, they changed it to integral humanism of Deendayal Upadhyay. So they changed officially the ideological thing also, and also the command was given to L.K. Advani.
Right.
Now the point is whether Congress has got it in them, basically, whether they can do this or not, that is to be seen. If they have to revive, I think that is the formula.
I think Jasper wants to come here.
I'm not sure. But, so I agree on the messaging point and somewhat agree on the connection with the millennial point. But the head scratcher here is the scale of the defeat.
Yes.
And I think there, it does warrant further investigation into is it the machinery, is it the money, is it the message, and you know,
or is it the Modi? I mean, you just said
is
3 M's.
Is it the Modi? But if you're drawing a pie chart of it, probably half of it's the Modi.
Yes, Lord Desai, you wanted to come in.
Jyotiraditya Scindia was asked to look after Western Uttar Pradesh,
yes,
where Congress did not have to be, and therefore he spent more time in Uttar Pradesh than on his own seat, and so he lost his seat. I mean, if you don't nurse your seat, you lose it. It's the oldest story in town.
Then what explains
you have to pay a price.
What explains the other bastion loss, or what it seems like to be of Amethi? What do you think was part of the problem there?
Raebareli is marginal. You know, you can't take any seat for granted in politics.
I think Amethi, what has happened is, see, Rahul Gandhi has not looked after his constituency. Under the MP scheme, you know, you're supposed to adopt a village. He did adopt Jagdishpur. I believe he didn't even visit that place. Forget about, you know, bringing about any kind of development. So how are people going to, you know, back him if this is the kind of attitude you have to your constituency?
Yeah, you brought up money, Jasper. Some people have said that this has been, you know, sort of an unequal race because, you know, just looking at finances, the BJP, of course, the richest party in many ways. But has the Congress proved with this result or lack thereof that it was slow off the blocks right from the get-go in terms of messaging, in terms of forming alliances? That was key for them back in 2004 thanks to Sonia Gandhi. But that really hasn't been, you know, one of their winning factors, so to speak, this time around.
Well, I agree. I think they've been slow out of the blocks. I mean, whether it's the deployment of Priyanka, whether it's the last-minute alliance. I mean, this morning we had, what was it called? The Karnataka National Plan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that lasted for about half an hour. That lasted for about half an hour, but nothing very national about it. I'm not sure we'll ever remember it, and on the wrong day. So, yes, obviously too little, certainly too late. Do you know what it feels a bit like? And I know Andrew says parties shouldn't behave this way, but it just feels like their heart hasn't been in it. It feels like they haven't fought this election properly, if I'm honest.
But, as I remember their manifesto, their first part of their manifesto was about jobs. But what I remember of Rahul Gandhi on the campaign platform was not jobs, it's Chokidar Chor Hai.
Absolutely.
And that was a mistake. Going for Modi, making Modi the issue.
And given that corruption is not the strongest track record when it comes to the Congress.
That's what made them vulnerable to when Narendra Modi described Rajiv Gandhi as corruption number one. I mean, in a sense, it was Rahul who opened up that sort of area.
And sort of walked right
weakness.
into that,
yeah. Look at how much care Modi took for the Varanasi campaign. He had people there all the time. He went there, and he took his seat very seriously. In politics, you got to be serious.
He has done a lot of work there. That's one of the reasons why such a massive mandate is getting.
All right, I do understand that we've got the BJP's Tuhin Sinha joining us on the broadcast as well. Congratulations are in order. The party has done extremely well. Before we talk about, devouring of the laddu cake, which also became a phenomenon on Twitter, just your reaction at this point in time on the victory and on Mr. Modi as a factor in this election.
Well, this is a truly historic moment because after 1971, this is the first time a sitting Prime Minister has been re-elected with such a huge margin. Now, there are three important takeaways, if you ask me, which one can easily make out from these elections. Number one, for the first time, Indian voters have outrightly rejected the option of freebies and have preferred social transformation. The visible transformation by way of, gas connections, toilet constructions, road connectivity, financial inclusions, all of these have led to a change of mindsets. Freebies no longer excite voters. The social transformation does. Number two, this is also the reason why caste factors, the age-old caste factors which were in play or which the Mahagathbandhan thought would be in play have become absolutely redundant. So the results from Bihar and Uttar Pradesh are particularly surprising. And finally, most of these critics of the government or the critics of BJP would have had you believe that national security is not an issue for the average Indian. But the average Indian has evolved. National security is a big issue for him or her. The future leadership of the country and the global standing of the country apparently are significant issues for each and every Indian.
Right. Pardon me, Tuhin Sinha, stay with us. We've also got Nizam Faujdar of the Congress with us on the broadcast right now. Commiserations, Mr. Faujdar. It's not been the sort of victory or, result that you must have been expecting at all. At this point in time, if you could just give us an idea of what the party is thinking. We haven't so far heard from Rahul Gandhi or Priyanka Gandhi Vadra or really speaking anyone else other than Shashi Tharoor. If you could tell us what's going on within the party right now on what has happened.
First of all, I would like to congratulate Mr. Narendra Modi for the second term. And it has been an astounding victory. And I wish him best, and I wish him best for the people of this country at the same time. What's going on inside the Congress party? Yes, we are really introspecting what has gone wrong. I think the results have been extremely onto the left, which we were expecting to be a lot more better and better. But it has not been so. We are trying to dig deep into it. The kind of messaging that we were getting from the booth level and from our assembly constituency level, it had been far more positive than the results itself. So what we need to really look in is how many seats we really lost with big margins, how many we lost with small margins, and how we won. So that's where we are trying to analyze, understand. But I think, the messaging or the communication should have been a lot more effective, but which has not been happened. And in the next couple of days, we should be able to get some grip onto the data. We should be able to get some grip into what were the reasons that really decimated our campaign, and what we need to do further.
Right, Mr. Faujdar, having said that, there's also the aspect of how the so-called bastions of the Congress are also seeing a huge surprise in terms of what the Congress expected, in terms of Amethi, in terms of Guna. What do you think has gone wrong there?
No, I think it's just not these two. There are a lot many known as the Congress bastions we have lost with some bit of margin, and we need to really look in. But coming to the Amethi and Guna, we are really still a little surprised with the kind of results that have come in. I think, you know what, our mistake today is that we have really not connected to the aspiration of the people, or the message that we were trying to give and we were trying to narrate has really not sunk into the people, or they have not really agreed with it. I think we need to introspect on that, and I think it's a little unfortunate that we lost in our strongest foothold, or the so-called bastions.
Mr. Faujdar, also, you're talking about data, you're talking about, analyzing what went wrong in terms of the messaging. Do you think also that this is the time, really speaking, for the Congress to understand whether or not it's lost its connect with the people, that it really isn't just about the campaigning phase of elections, but how the outreach is done through the 5 years? The BJP has been patting itself on the back for that aspect of how they approach elections. Is that something that the Congress is going to take away from today's loss?
No, if you really look at the whole, the unfolding of the results today, the gain of the vote share by the BJP has been fairly significant, about 5-6%. And at the same time, even Congress has gained certain amount of vote shares. The problem is when you're contesting neck to neck, or with bipolar elections, if both are gaining the vote shares, that means the party which was ahead of us in 2014 will continue to be ahead of us. So it doesn't give you a deficit margin for us. So it means we were continuously gaining some bit of ground. At the same time, even BJP was continuously gaining ground. And if you look at the other regional parties, have really lost that ground. That means the vote share that was lost by the regional parties has gained by both BJP and Congress. And that is a little surprising. That means the people on a national level are trying to choose a national party compared to a state party, and that we really need to understand. No doubt we have had a fair amount of traction with the people, but at the same time we could not gain enough vote share to overtake BJP in this election. In that regard, we should see how we could basically work out in the next few months, because there are a few assembly elections coming in. Then in the next 5 years, we really need to see how we can double the vote share for us and make sure we eat the vote share of the BJP and not the other parties. And that will be a
that is going to be the immediate challenge, and the overhaul that's been spoken of at multiple levels by the Congress. We're going to leave it there and continue to track further reactions coming in. But on your screens now is the big tweet of the moment. I congratulate Prime Minister Modi, is the word coming in from Pakistan. Prime Minister Imran Khan on the electoral victory of the BJP. Imran Khan says, look forward to working with him for peace, progress and prosperity in South Asia. Remember, a lot of speculation over which way the India-Pakistan equation will head. The message from the BJP, from the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has been absolutely clear when it comes to Pakistan. Of course, Imran Khan has been trying to press for dialogue. India has maintained so far that terror and talks cannot go hand in hand. R.K. Upadhyay was wanting to come in just a short while back.
I think we need to go back to 2004 when Sonia Gandhi was able to defeat a popular Vajpayee government. At that time, everybody thought Mr. Vajpayee's performance was so good, they're going to get another term.
Yes.
But she made sacrifices in terms of giving seats to allies, and she stitched up a good alliance so that Congress came on top over the BJP. I think something similar was expected this time because you are taking on a huge machinery of BJP.
Yes.
Congress should have worked out as to how we are going to maximize our seats. They should have at least had some kind of an alliance, even in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, where they had the government. But then the margin was so less, they could have had an alliance with BSP, SP, share some seats, so that across the country you should have had some kind of an alliance.
Sure.
Number one. Number two is, they ran a very, very negative campaign this time. So that was probably another reason why the Congress did so badly. There was nothing positive in the campaign that Mr. Rahul Gandhi ran. He was not telling what the Congress will do if they come to power.
But to be fair, that was something that we found even with the BJP. I mean, the negativity was really out there for all to see. The barbs were flying thick and fast between both sides.
I think there's a reaction to what Congress was doing.
I'm sure. I mean, on the other side of the fence will be people who say that, the Congress was reacting to what the BJP was doing. But very quickly, I'll come to you, Lord Desai, in just a second. Andrew Whitehead, on that specific thing. I mean, Imran Khan has also beaten Rahul Gandhi to congratulating the Prime Minister. And pardon me on that. The other question I have for you is, caste arithmetic, the question of alliances. A lot of the parties have obviously gotten this wrong. They're probably looking at this very differently from 2004. It's been 15 years since Sonia Gandhi was able to do what she did with the Congress. Yeah. It's thrown journalists off as well because there's really no caste arithmetic to talk about as well. I mean, has that really just demonstrated how different this election is?
Well, to an extent. And 2004 was, I think, the famous occasion when Sonia Gandhi heeded her inner voice. I do wonder what her inner voice is telling her at just this moment, because I presume that's the sort of issue which is delaying a response from Rahul Gandhi. In terms of caste equations, how the results have gone suggests this has been significantly less important this time round. Ahead of elections, you look at coalitions of different caste groups in particular being assembled in places like Bihar and Uttar Pradesh in particular, but it just hasn't worked in the way that you would have expected it to work in the past. And that has to be because Narendra Modi had cut through across all the conventional caste barriers. He may have done much better with some groups than with others, but he seems to have picked up votes across the caste spectrum.
Lord Desai, I wanted to come in, but I also want to pose a question to you on that. Given the caste arithmetic we're talking about, but also the regional players, for example, Chandrababu Naidu, it's a huge setback for him as well. He was trying to come across as, spearheading the anti-Modi front. What does this result really mean for the opposition parties who were trying to get together to put up a strong face and with leaders like Chandrababu Naidu themselves suffering the kind of setback that they have today?
First thing was, for 5 years, the opposition has been in denial that someone like Modi could come to power. The really unbelief. Congress never figured out why it got only 44 seats. 5 years have gone by. And same way, people like Chandrababu Naidu had this arrogance. Okay, I was in their cabinet, they didn't do my will, so I walk out, I will destroy them. I mean, the idea of themselves was totally unrealistic. And so these are the grandees. Even a few days ago, Manishankar Iyer again erupted saying, I had predicted this man will never last and I will be right this time,
Right.
Which world do these people live in? Whom do they talk to? And Chandrababu Naidu has paid a price for it. He should have been worrying about Jagan Mohan rather than about Narendra Modi.
Right.
And now he has nowhere to go.
Right. François Gauthier, going off of what Lord Desai just said, that's a criticism that the opposition has of the BJP, that there is a cult of personality that exists within the BJP. But do you think that is really an affliction within the opposition? I mean, if somebody doesn't get a seat, 99 candidates this time were denied tickets by the BJP because of non-performance. They clearly showed that, you can't just always rely on the old guard. You're going to have to bring in fresh blood, people with fresh ideas. So is the cult of personality a misnomer when we're looking at the BJP? Is that really a problem elsewhere?
Yeah, I do think that Mr. Modi tried to get past the cult of personality, past, that the son or the wife or the daughter can, get the seat of the dead husband. But Mr. Modi is the symbol of the cult of personality also. And I do hope that a certain arrogance doesn't seep into the BJP now that they made so well. There is sometimes a certain arrogance in Mr. Modi. And indeed, in India, politicians have so much power. I mean, in my country, in France, ministers and people, of course, it's a smaller country, but they don't have so much power. If you're a politician in India, the amount of adoration, of respect, of bhakti that you get is tremendous.
Sure.
So it goes to the head sometimes, whether it's the Congress or the BJP.
Is that a fair
Mr. Modi, I
assessment?
have been to his residence. I've been to race course a few times. It's like you're on the top of the Himalayas. So it can go to your head.
Is that a fair assessment, Arun Anand? And is that the message that really goes out to the voter every time we hear such a remark, for example, coming in of the confidence or the overconfidence from several sections of the BJP?
See, I said it in this broadcast earlier also. In a country like India, where you have almost about 900 million voters, and you have 542 constituencies, and through length and breadth of the country, you need to have a charismatic leader to carry forward the campaign. If you want to come to power as a single party, if you want to have majority, then you have to have a charismatic leader. Otherwise, because it is not the question of arithmetic, it's the question of chemistry. And to make that chemistry work, you need a charismatic leader. But this charismatic leader cannot deliver goods until and unless you have an organizational structure at the on the ground.
Right.
And there are n number of backroom boys which work for BJP. I earlier said also that these are the people who have devoted their life for the party.
Right.
They haven't got married, they don't have families, they live in the party office in single room. This thing, they
like Ram Madhav.
No, not like Ram Madhav. There are many others also, like V. Satish is there, Saudan Singh is there. There are n number of people. So it's not a cult. But see, Modi has a charisma. And why not utilize that charisma?
Sure. But also why
BJP should be apologetic about having a charismatic leader?
No, I don't think
it's an asset. It's an asset. It's not a liability.
I don't see the BJP being apologetic about it at all. I mean, I'm pretty certain that none of us have ever found any of the BJP leaders being apologetic for the man on your screens' charisma. Chowkidar Narendra Modi's official Twitter handle. I use the word Chowkidar on purpose because he really made that into a campaign issue as well. This latest tweet on the victory, he's thanking India. The faith placed in our alliance is humbling and gives us strength to work even harder to fulfill people's aspirations. I salute every BJP Karyakarta for their determination, perseverance and hard work. They went home to home, elaborating on our development agenda.
The message that also comes in from there, I'll just come back to you, Jasper. Lord Desai, we've been talking about organizational management and booth-level management, something that the BJP stresses on and has a very strong game when it comes to those fronts. So the Congress here, the challenge, of course, is also going to be the morale of the cadres. When we have the Congress in 2014 in introspection mode, now perhaps we will have them in a structural overhaul of sorts. But the booth-level management has been something that has been criticized for several years now.
We were talking earlier about people who are personally big-headed. Now, typical in Indian history has been small kingdoms with one person who couldn't actually agree to cooperate with others. They couldn't form an empire and so on. Each small party is dominated by one person, but with very weak organization. And Narendra Modi may be big-headed, but he has a fantastic organization, and that's what makes BJP work. And as you were saying earlier, Amit Shah is right now thinking of how to win 2024. He doesn't rest; he immediately starts planning, and that kind of dedication the communists were supposed to have. They've lost it all.
Is that perhaps what Rahul Gandhi has been thinking as well?
When Rahul Gandhi took over as General Secretary, he went on a votership campaign. And he wanted to get the voters coming in. But then it stopped after that. See, they have not been able to build a cadre within the party.
Right.
And after he became president, he never talked about it. So they simply don't have the cadre on the ground. So that is where they fall flat in front of BJP, which is a really cadre-based party. And over the last 5 years, they built up a huge party, and I think it's the world's largest party.
And from this day onwards, it's going to be all the more of an uphill task for the party to make sure that happens.
Has seat seekers who join it at time of election, but they don't have a cadre.
Right, but going off of that, and just to be fair to Rahul Gandhi, I think we've all kind of gone after his vote quite a bit. Just to be fair to Rahul Gandhi,
I mean,
for the sake of conversation, to be fair, to take a sports analogy, you can't be an Andy Murray in the age of Roger Federer, right? So, I mean, if you've got somebody on the ascendancy as Narendra Modi, he's a powerful man. He conducts himself in a certain way. He has got the people's backing, behind him quite clearly. Do you think that has also worked as a huge factor against the rise of Rahul Gandhi, or is all of it, is he to blame for all of it? I mean,
no, it's absolutely the factor, right? I mean, this is like going into the ring with Muhammad Ali or any other person with a 56-inch chest, right?
That's an interesting analogy.
You can debate whether swinging a punch at that guy, if you're Rahul Gandhi, is a good one. And I think the whole kind of Chapkidar thing was probably misguided. Here's the good news, though. Here's the really good news for Congress. It sometimes takes, to use a Barack Obama term, an absolute shellacking to bring a party to its senses, right? So that's the good news one. Good news two is there are any amount of examples of parties all around the world. The current example might be the Conservative Party in the UK that have near-death experiences, right? But the one thing that is irreplaceable is heritage. They have heritage. It doesn't blow up overnight. You could say they're gone forever. I doubt it very much. I'm with Lord Desai on this. But the best thing, in a darkest before dawn type metaphor, this may be the best thing that's happened.
But do you know, Andy Murray is really good at tennis. And he works really hard at it.
I know he
is
does.
Rahul Gandhi really good at leading a political party?
But what about a comeback, for example?
Yes, I mean, there's been an opportunity for Rahul Gandhi to sort of revive the fortunes of the BJP.
And many would say his campaign through the course of this election also has seen many ups and downs, and perhaps towards the fag end had improved. But that's, of course, something that will be questioned. Given that he's not even till now, it's 5:30, he's still not publicly acknowledged the numbers that have come in so far.
See, you gave a very good analogy. But the thing is that if you can't compete in that league, then why don't you sit out?
But
why are you entering the league?
The man has been 15 years in Parliament. There is not a single bill attached to his name, not a single achievement he could list in his CV. I mean, what has he done?
Speaking of sports, I think it would have been true sportsmanship, sportsman spirit for him to actually come out and acknowledge the results. Even if the Amethi figures have not gone his way so far, I mean, that's something that should have happened earlier in the day.
Well, your attempt, to be fair to Rahul Gandhi, seems to have backfired a bit because we're having yet another...
Well, I mean, we keep the conversation open. Francois Gauthier is raising his hand. He's obviously got something to say as well.
I'm going to repeat what you said. To be fair to Rahul Gandhi, like his father, like his mother, he didn't really want to enter into politics. It was either fate or people forced him, or his karma, or whatever you call it. To be fair to him, I don't think he's really happy into politics. He would rather be. I think he's happier in Europe. He keeps escaping to Europe, and he's got a girlfriend there, I believe. And he's happier there. He should spend more time there.
I don't want to
have a personal remark coming, but that's also private.
He could do India a great favor. He could do India a great favor.
No, I just want to bring...
I wrote a letter a while ago. I wrote a letter a while ago to Edis Rahul Gandhi saying the finest sacrifice he could make for the country is quit politics. He didn't take my word for it. Now
we don't know what he's thinking because we haven't heard from him yet either, and neither has the country.
See, I just want to make a point. Elections are won by, especially in India, as far as my experience of covering elections is concerned, you have to be backed by very capable crack teams. There was this question also that why he didn't stitch the alliances which he should have. You need to have people who have got, the pulse on the ground, what is happening. And for that, you need people. In 2004, Sonia Gandhi was able to do this because a lot of old guard was there who was connected to the ground and who could give the right kind of feedback. But Rahul Gandhi's team and Priyanka Gandhi's team, whatever this is, I think there is a problem with that core team also.
Okay.
I think they need to look at that. BJP, you look on the face of it, you have Modi and Amit Shah, but there's a lot of groundwork. There's a lot of work which goes on, behind this thing. They don't go out to stitch silences. They get the feedback. There's a lot of back and forth things which go. That is not happening there. And another small point which I want to make is, what did Amit Shah do after BJP came to power? He took up three things. One is that he ran a BJP membership campaign immediately, which brought about 11 crore membership. Second thing, which people do not know much about, is he gave instruction to all the BJP guys that we have to have a BJP office in every district of the country with a proper building, infrastructure, professionally deployed staff on salaries.
Right.
So that it doesn't happen that one district president goes and the office is shut down. And the third thing which he has done is he has met individually every district president of the BJP across the country,
So
more than once. Can you imagine
almost.
a district president going and meeting Rahul Gandhi? I don't think so that is possible.
Okay.
The Congress being
Point
late
taken.
to the game, late to the party, and perhaps wasting crucial time is something that we have been discussing. Mr. Upadhyay, do you think that was on one hand one of the factors that did not really work out for the Congress?
I didn't get the point.
The Nyaya scheme, for example, was a bit of an afterthought. A lot of these issues that the Congress put forth, it was a whirlwind of sorts. First GST, then demonetization, then Rafale, and the emphasis that was laid on the Chaukidar Chor Hai campaign. It was a confused message of sorts that came in, and the very fact that perhaps the Congress could have upped the ante on all of these issues a whole lot earlier.
I think they just didn't think through, what should be the campaign, how it should, be carried out. I think he was just making off-the-cuff remarks here and there. And then he kept on repeating Chaukidar Chor Hai. Okay, one time, two time, you can say that. But beyond a point, people will ask questions. See, this whole deal was about 59,000 crores. Okay, he kept saying that Modi put 30,000 crores into Anil Ambani's pocket. In a deal of 59,000 crores, how can you put 30,000 crores into one man's pocket? Where is the aircraft going to come from? If one man walks away with 30,000 crores, these are the silly things that they did. So even the Nyaya campaign, you see, they came out so late with that, people would just believe it. They can't take it. What did they do for 65 years? If they are going to give Nyaya now, have they been doing Anyaya all this while? No, that is the kind of question, I think.
So I think that we've spoken of this, whether or not they were late to the party, as Molly said. But Francois, also, in addition to what you wanted to bring up.
Rafale, because I'm a Frenchman and the Rafale is very French.
Yes.
We need some secrets.
No, the Rafale was very negative because the impression that I got is that Rahul Gandhi damaged the Rafale deal, that the army, the Indian army, which needs, they need modern aircraft, and it's a very good plane, it's a very good aircraft. So it damaged them because it delayed the delivery. The French are very confused now about India, whether India is going to buy or not the Rafale. So it did a lot of damage. And this was perceived badly by the people of India, that this man, is damaging, our army is going to suffer because of what this man says.
And national security, was a key plank for the BJP in this election. And of course, the Balakot airstrikes, the surgical strikes in the past. Andrew, if we are to talk about missteps for the BJP, if there were any at all, the fielding of Pragya Thakur from Bhopal, she has, from what I understand, it's a win for her. Digvijay Singh has lost. Former Chief Minister, he missed voting, which was also, something that he was hauled over the coals for. Was that a misstep, you think, by the BJP?
It has to be. They chose Pragya Thakur because of who she was and what she represented, and to say to the hardliners, there is a place for you within the BJP. And it backfired very badly because they ended up apologising for virtually everything that she said.
But
when the Prime Minister has to repudiate one of their most high-profile candidates, there is clearly a big problem. She's won. Congratulations to her. But I think it's a victory which is, in a sense, Pyrrhic for the BJP because of the damage to its reputation and the perception it's given that the BJP is willing to be a home for people whose views are well outside the mainstream.
Right, and the BJP's perception amongst the people also of being less tolerant for loose cannons than perhaps the Congress is. So do you perceive...
Which people you're talking about? You have seen the result?
Certainly.
Can I say something?
Let me complete.
With the perception people have about the party. Just because she has won in Bhopal doesn't mean that...
I'm coming to that. See,
doesn't mean that the entire country accepts what the BJP has done. She might have won there.
They fielded Pragya Thakur because they wanted to position her as a victim of the false bogey of Hindu terror which was created during the UPA regime.
Right.
That has been a stand of the BJP. So that was a false bogey, and in continuation of that, they fielded her. Now, when they fielded her, they should have basically prepared her better for that. They should have tutored her or whatever, told her the statements which she made, they definitely did a lot of damage to BJP and BJP's image also. And in days to come, and earlier also, it has happened with people like Giriraj Singh, with people like Sakshi Maharaj. So, these are, as Lord Desai was saying earlier in the morning, that you always have some motor mouths in different political parties. They carry certain appeal, but there are political compulsions also because of which you feel. And this was the plank which BJP wanted to. They sent a message to their core voters that we are sticking to our ideological core. Now, partly that misfired also. I agree with that.
The stance that it had taken following those statements as well is something that Francois has been talking about. Francois?
No, apart from my case, which I'm not going to judge upon, I think what happened is that the Mahatma Gandhi, which is an icon, since 1947, and which the Congress has used extensively, has been put into question. And for me, there's a Frenchman who has written a book about the Mahatma Gandhi, a thick book. There are many aspects of the Mahatma Gandhi's life which have not been discussed. His sexuality, his relationship with Hitler, what he told the Jews, what he told the Ethiopians, So maybe it needs to be discussed today, and maybe this is an occasion to review. Before him, people
every country has icons, has people who are hands-off in many ways, if you know what I mean. I mean, Martin Luther King for the United States, and there are certain people that the majority of your people do look up to, because Mahatma Gandhi was held an iconic status for most Indians across the board. Lord Desai.
But what's more, let me tell you, having spent a lot of time on this, Mahatma Gandhi has not only been criticized for many of these things, but he has confessed himself more sins than he committed.
ये कहना चाहूंगी कि ये सब लोग जो ये बातें कह रहे थे, उनसे एक ही बात कहना चाहूंगी कि पहला चुनाव ये कह सकते हैं कि एक सेलिब्रिटी ने जीता। दूसरा चुनाव एक इंसान की कार्यशैली उसे तो धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगी हमारी सीनियर लीडरशिप का, मोदी जी का, अमित शाह जी का, जो 303 सीटों पे बढ़त बनाई हुई है बीजेपी ने। 350 हो गई भैया, तुम तो ऐसे जंप हो रही हैं टीवी पर। बहुत खुशी की आपने न्यूज दी, तो उनका धन्यवाद। शहर के उन निवासियों का जिन्होंने मुझ में विश्वास जताया, उनका बहुत बहुत तहे दिल से धन्यवाद। और जो हमारे बूथ स्तर के वर्कर जो खड़े रहे धूप में इतने घंटे, तहे दिल से उनका धन्यवाद। अपने इलेक्शन के प्रभारी कैप्टन अभिमन्यु जी का धन्यवाद, अपने अध्यक्ष संजय टंडन जी का धन्यवाद, अपने पूर्व हमारे लीडर और एमपी सत्यपाल जैन जी का धन्यवाद, हमारे प्रभारी प्रभात झा जी का धन्यवाद, संगठन मंत्री दिनेश कुमार जी का धन्यवाद, और बहुत प्यार भरा धन्यवाद अजय जमवाल जी का। वो स्पेशली आए और यहाँ पर पूरी इलेक्शन में रुके। और उस इंसान का धन्यवाद जो 5 साल से 26-27 साल की उम्र में मेरे साथ एक चट्टान की तरह खड़ा है, जिसने बूथ स्तर से एक बूस्टर सिस्टम बनाया हमारी पार्टी के लिए और मेरे लिए।
Kiran Kher of the BJP. She has, of course, won. As we're hearing from most of the candidates from the Bharatiya Janata Party, they are reposing their faith in Prime Minister Modi. A lot of the congratulations and credit for the victory going there. Rahul Gandhi on your screens, that is the Congress president. He is finally out and about. We are expected to hear from him. His sister Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, who was part of the campaign in Uttar Pradesh in a big way for the Congress, joins him. We are, of course, counting down in many ways to hear what Mr. Gandhi has said. Remember, he stayed off social media entirely. There have been mentions of, congratulations to Prime Minister Modi and the BJP from other members of the Congress party. Nothing so
and
far.
From the world over. And we haven't heard from the Congress leadership so far.
So the Congress headquarters is where perhaps the huddle is going to take place before the Gandhis come out and speak. It looks like it's going to be a press conference very shortly. Mr. Gandhi is expected to address that at 5:30. He's running about 15 minutes behind time. We'll listen in to what he has to say, but just a quick reminder for our viewers. In the BJP headquarters too, Amit Shah, Narendra Modi are expected to be meeting with the workers. They are going to be getting together at the BJP headquarters in New Delhi. From what we understand, there's going to be a meeting of the parliamentary board on Sunday as well. The Prime Minister has already tweeted his thanks to the country and to the people of India for the thumping victory that the BJP has been given in the 2019 elections.
Hello. Can we have a little silence, please? नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं आदरणीय कांग्रेस अध्यक्ष श्री राहुल गांधी जी, श्रीमती प्रियंका गांधी जी और पार्टी के सभी सम्मानित पदाधिकारियों का भारतीय राष्ट्रीय कांग्रेस के इस प्रांगण में और विशेष पत्रकार वार्ता में स्वागत करता हूं। आदरणीय श्री राहुल गांधी जी अपनी बात अब आपके समक्ष रखेंगे। आदरणीय राहुल जी।
मैंने कैंपेन में कहा था कि जनता मालिक है और जनता ने आज क्लियरली अपना डिसीजन दिया है। उसको भैया थोड़ा माइक को देखिए। तो मैंने कैंपेन में क्लियरली बोला था कि जनता मालिक है और मालिक ने ऑर्डर दिया है, डायरेक्शन दिया है। तो मैं सबसे पहले नरेंद्र मोदी जी को, बीजेपी को बधाई देना चाहता हूं। जो हमारे कांग्रेस पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता, कैंडिडेट्स जो लड़े, पूरा दम लगा के दिल से लड़े, उनका मैं दिल से धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं। हमारी लड़ाई विचारधारा की लड़ाई है। दो अलग अलग सोच है। एक नरेंद्र मोदी जी बीजेपी की सोच है, दूसरी कांग्रेस पार्टी की सोच है। दो अलग विजन्स हैं, मगर हमें यह मानना पड़ेगा कि इस चुनाव में नरेंद्र मोदी जी और बीजेपी जीते हैं, तो मैं उनको बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। आपके कोई सवाल हो? We will have a meeting of the working committee and they will decide that there.
Can you can't continue to do this.
That you can leave between me and the working committee if possible. Yeah.
Mr. Fukan from the Hindu. Can you sir let him ask? There is somebody who's already asking.
Frankly, today, with all due respect, today is the day of the mandate. And I don't want to color the decision of the people of India by getting into a long conversation with you about what I think went wrong. Frankly, today, it doesn't matter what I think went wrong. What matters is that the people of India have decided that Narendra Modi is going to be the Prime Minister. And as an Indian person, I fully respect that.
Arun Singh.
देखिए, आज ही चुनाव खत्म हुआ है, आज ही रिजल्ट आया है, तो मैं इस पे आज टिप्पणी नहीं देना चाहता हूं। मैं सिर्फ प्राइम मिनिस्टर को बधाई देना चाहता हूं और ये कहना चाहता हूं कि हमारी जो लड़ाई है वो विचारधारा की लड़ाई है, और मैं जो हमारे कांग्रेस पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता हैं, जो हमारे लीडर्स हैं, जो जीते हैं, जो हारे हैं, उनसे कहना चाहता हूं घबराने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, डरो मत, एक साथ हम लड़के अपनी विचारधारा को जिताएंगे। बिल्कुल कोई कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं खोना आपको। और हम जानते हैं कि इस देश में बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो कांग्रेस पार्टी की विचारधारा को मानते हैं, जो कांग्रेस पार्टी में बिलीव करते हैं, और हम उनको बताना चाहते हैं घबराओ मत। लास्ट क्वेश्चन भैया।
आदेश
100% जिम्मेदारी लूंगा। अमेठी के नतीजे पे मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि स्मृति ईरानी जी जीती हैं, उनको मैं बधाई देना चाहता हूं। अमेठी की जनता ने अपना डिसीजन लिया है, मैं उस डिसीजन का रिस्पेक्ट करता हूं, ये लोकतंत्र है, और मैं चाहूंगा कि स्मृति ईरानी जी प्यार से अमेठी की देखभाल करें, जो भरोसा अमेठी की जनता ने उनमें रखा है उसको वो पूरा करें। और मैं अब अंत में कहना चाहता हूं, देखिए बहुत लंबा कैंपेन था और उसमें मैंने एक लाइन रखी थी। मेरी लाइन थी कि मेरे ऊपर जो भी गलत शब्द प्रयोग किए जाएं, मेरे को जो भी गाली लगाई जाए, जो भी किया जाए, मैं प्यार से रिस्पॉन्ड करूंगा। और मैं वो कहना चाहता हूं, चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, मैं सिर्फ वापस प्यार से बोलूंगा। ये मेरी फिलॉसफी है। ये देखिए, आज मैं उसके बारे में बोलना नहीं चाहता हूं, बहुत बाद में बहुत समय है। आज मैं कंक्लूड करना चाहता हूं। अब सबसे पहले आप सबको भी मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं। आपको भी मैं धन्यवाद कहना चाहता हूं कि आप इस देश के प्रेस हो, आपने चुनाव में काम किया, आपने अपनी पोजीशन रखी, इसके लिए भी आपका मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं। अब भैया मुझे निकलना है।
थैंक यू सो मच, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
भैया मैं देखिए, I want to can I answer? See, today is, प्यार कभी नहीं हारता है, प्यार हारता नहीं है। I want to say that today is not the day for me to go into the details of this mandate. Today is the day that a new Prime Minister has been elected, and today is the day to wish him all the best, and to hopefully he will look after the interest of this country. Thank you very much.
All right, that's a rather brief press statement and a brief question and answer session that we've witnessed now with Congress President Rahul Gandhi finally speaking out post the election results declared a return of the Narendra Modi government. I want to congratulate Smriti Irani on her win from Amethi. Today is not the day to go into the finer details of what this mandate means, but the people of India have decided that they want Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister, and I respect that. That's the message coming in from Congress President Rahul Gandhi. I want to go back across to our studio guest, Lord Desai. Over to you first, to your assessment of the tone and tenor of the statement that's been made by Rahul Gandhi.
You know, I think this was really not good enough.
Not good enough, okay.
Yeah. Okay, he said, I congratulate Modi, which he should have said about 5 hours ago. He said that. He congratulated Smriti Irani, that he couldn't have done till now. But beyond that, to entertain no serious questions, or not even to speculate on what could have been the problem, or what are they going to do tomorrow or day after tomorrow. You know, either you do a short statement and then release it, or if you're going to meet the media, you meet the media. You actually meet the media and answer their questions. Why does this boy he's not a boy, he's an old man by now. Why does he go on making such blunders again and again? Is there no learning? He's 48 years old.
First, he doesn't look shaken at all. No? He looks
Really?
very composed and, and very smiling. So either he doesn't care really or, he's a very good actor. But secondly, he was very civil. No? He acknowledged that he lost, and that was done in a very,
But does he not look shaken? Arun Anand, what do you make of the body language and the usage of the words and the tone and tenor?
I think he was a little bit, I won't say shaken, but I think probably stirred if not shaken. So, see, when he started the press conference, generally whenever you start such a press conference, you generally welcome the media or you have some opening remarks. So what he did was, that he straightforward, went on to this thing that this election campaign was this. And then in between, he suddenly started talking about that it's a fight of ideologies and it's a fight of narratives and this thing. And suddenly it seemed that he had been tutored and he realized that he is wavering off that line which he was given. So then he comes back and then he says, okay, I just want to congratulate, as if he remembered it. See, again, the bottom line is, he, unfortunately, I really empathize with him. The way he was talking, not sympathize, empathize with him. He needs to work on his communication skills. He had a golden opportunity from here. He could have taken off again.
Sure.
This is the difference between him and Narendra Modi.
And between the
you
BJP
have to
and
convert
the Congress.
adversity into opportunity.
Okay.
So
it might have been easier to go on Twitter and congratulate. I mean, going by that press conference or whatever that was that just happened, shouldn't have he just gone online, said congratulations? Because that, to me, that didn't look very from the heart at all, which I suppose we shouldn't have expected it to be. The first thoughts on Rahul Gandhi.
So I think it's good that he broke his vow of silence from the afternoon. I mean, you have to do this stuff in person. What's his job, right? Unfortunately for him, his job today is not the Prime Minister of India. His job is head of the Congress Party. I didn't hear a whole lot in there about his team, about being grateful for the work they've done, about the future, about picking yourself up off the canvas. Your actual job in moments of that is to rally your troops, right? Because tomorrow you've got to go again. And I don't want to speculate too much on this because it is a hard thing for him. But what do we need in this country? A leader. What do leaders have? Leadership.
Yeah.
What does leadership involve? Your team, morale, things like that.
In UK, this was the statement when he would say, I now resign from the party because I lost the election. And we will arrange an election of a new leader. That, of course, is not allowed in India. So he ought to say something more about how he's going to rebuild the party.
I mean, there was a mention of the party cadre, but really it wasn't a very inspiring, of confidence sort of speech that it's okay, we're going to pick up from where we've left off and tomorrow's a new day. That sentiment really didn't come across very strong.
The very fact that he took so long to come out and make a statement itself shows that he's completely shocked.
No, I think
he's completely shocked and he doesn't know what to say. And then he comes out and makes this very flippant kind of attitude, shows that how nothing has happened. But everybody can see that he's completely shocked. And then he has one word of, okay, he has congratulated the Prime Minister, at least that much. He also congratulated Smriti Irani.
Yes.
That's good. But then he had to, if he is addressing a press conference, he should have taken a few questions. And then he has not answered any of the questions.
भाजपा के कार्यकर्ताओं, नेताओं, प्रधानमंत्री जी को बहुत-बहुत बधाई देते हैं.
Really began. I want to congratulate.
Twitter would have been much better.
I want to congratulate Narendra Modi is what she's saying. Yes, Lord Desai, that's an interesting point that you're making here because I think the delay that we saw when it comes to Rahul Gandhi speaking out.
Any kind of grace. I mean, even if you're congratulating him now, it doesn't look that you want to congratulate him.
A bit like the Priyanka Gandhi style of doing it. I mean,
who are his communication advisors? That's what I want to know. I mean, You either come out straight away with a quick message like this, or if you're going to take time, you come out with something of substance. So, leaving aside his approach to it, who's advising him?
Having taken so much of time, he should have come out with a substantive statement.
I think it's got to do with the delay, and which is why. Yes.
Because he is addressing the party workers as well.
Yes.
So he's just saying, "Gabrao mat." That's enough.
My sense is that Priyanka
I would
Gandhi
be
had
Gabrao
visited
if I heard that.
Yes.
I think he was reluctant to come out.
Yeah.
He must have been, as Mr. Upadhyay was saying, he might have been in a state of shock. And he might have not been able to, might not have been ready to come out. And then Priyanka Gandhi went. And it has happened before also, when he had to take over the mantle of the Congress president or this thing. So she must have had discussion because both of them enjoy a very good rapport.
Yes.
And I think, and he listens to her. So my sense is that she is the one who persuaded him that you should go out and you should make a statement. And because he was not in that frame of mind. So, and one more takeaway from this press conference which he has done is, see, unfortunately what he is doing is, he is trying to become a statesman. You first become a politician, then you graduate to become a statesman. Stop behaving like a statesman. That I will give reply, my reply will be in love to everything, whatever is said upon me. You are the one who has been abusing Prime Minister by saying Chaukidar Chor hai. The whole India has seen this, and now you say that they are abusing me. See, this is again, the problem is this trust factor. You are blatantly lying. The facts are there. Everybody has seen it. And even in this moment, at least, even if you're not ready to do introspection about yourself, what kind of introspection you will do about